Hello everyone, my name is Bobmich and welcome back to some more Star Citizen 3D print shenanigans. So last time I showed you the reclaimer and the front end that was about yay big that I finished, and I kind of built it up a bit. If you follow my Twitter, I do have a link in the description, and now I've got an end card. I tried to make an end card on the end of this video. You've probably been following the various shenanigans, and now I've finished it. So straight to the meat and potatoes of the video. This is the finished Aegis reclaimer. So I'm going to try and hold this, and it's kind of hard to maneuver it in front of the camera and still see what I'm recording. But as you can see, this thing is bloody big, and yeah, I don't really have a lot of words for it other than I think it's fantastic. I'm kind of just trying to let it speak for itself. Unfortunately, the colour in my bedroom isn't brilliant in here at the minute because there's an unprecedented heat wave in the middle of Europe, and it is bloody hot right now, to say the least. So, and it's very sunny outside, so it's kind of making my bedroom lighting a bit weird. But yeah, there we go. It's very, very, very cool. There's still like little blemishes and bits wrong with it, and various bits that stick out, and a few bits and bobs that could still use a bit of tidying. But I love it. I love it to bits. So I do hope you've enjoyed the little journey if you've been following me on Twitter and how I've been making this. Whilst I'm probably rabbiting on here, I might put a few time-lapse videos that I took of various bits building. I did one of the main engines, I did one of the thrusters on the back here, the VTOL thrusters. So I'll try and just spam some of those whilst it goes across. So this project is done. This is the reclaimer done. So next is to decide what I want to do next. The chap who built this, the model that is, Engineer, I'll get his name right this time. Thank you very much for uploading it to Thingiverse and letting me have a play, because this has been a fun project for the best part of 2 weeks. So it's definitely put my 3D printer to the test and shown what it's capable of and what they can do, because this has been various detail levels. I'll upload another clip after this, or I might tack it onto the end of this video just describing my printer a bit and probably some of the print settings, because I know people have been asking. So I will put that up, and then if that information is helpful, I will do like a tutorial if maybe people want to buy their own 3D printer or thinking about doing it, because to be honest, building things like this is pretty fucking cool when you can see how large they are. And as well as that, I can make ships for other people. So I did have an Aegis Gladius that I was trying to make for Board Gamer. So that's a bigger one in the same antique gold that this thing has been made in, but it didn't come out quite right. So it's not quite finished, as you can see. So I may redo it, or I may try and salvage it. I did do a smaller one, but it was a bit stringy and messy. So that one's living on my desk at work at the moment. So yeah, so this is just to round this off and decide what the next project is. I may tackle Engineer's hammerhead, because I think that'd be quite cool to have somewhere. I honestly don't know where I put that. This thing is going over here on my desk. There's a space next to my monitor sort of ends over here, and there's a space on my desk over there, and this is going to live there for now. There isn't room in my office. I would love to put it on my office, and it would fit in my office, but if I have it in my office at work, I have to move a Lego Millennium Falcon that I built, and everybody loves the Millennium Falcon when they come into my office at work. I feel I'd be depriving them of it if I decided to move it. So, Engineer, if you do catch this, and you do decide to do some more Star Citizen models, or you're considering it, then please do some of the cool ones. This is fantastic. The hammerhead looks great if I do decide to do that. People would love things like the 890 jump if we get a decent model of that one when they update it. I have been around and tried to tear out models from things like the Holo Viewer and repair them myself, although I haven't been successful yet. 3D modelling is still very new to me, as is 3D printing. So yeah, great fun, lots of hobby time spent doing it. Definitely, probably might do another one. I've got some upgrades coming for the printer, so it will have some new bits and bobs on it, and I may do one maybe in a bit more finer detail, maybe with some tweak settings so it cleans it up a bit, and then who knows, we shall see. So thank you for sticking with me, and soon, very soon, even though hopefully it's been delayed, we'll get some 3.6 stuff on the channel that you can watch, and you don't have to listen to me rabbiting on about 3D printing all the time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay then, just a few quick words about the 3D printer. So people were asking, and my model that I'll put pictures of here, mine is an Ender 3 Pro. It's made by Creality. You can get plenty of, they're called i3 printer clones, I think. So Creality is kind of the most popular one. If you search on Amazon, there are so many clones of these i3 Mark printers, and Creality's is the most popular because it's the most widely supported. It's open source, so pretty much everything about it is moddable. Make sure if you do buy one that you get it from Creality, and people have made clones of the clones as such, so people will say it's Creality but they'll have another name in front of it, so you just have to be wary when you're buying things for these. My printer is not stock, it is not out of the box, so some of the earlier pieces that I've shown you in various videos were done earlier and they don't look as good because I've refined this thing over the time I've been using it. So I have a all aluminium extruder, so that's a metal extruder on the top, and I have a glass bed as well, so I don't have the magnetic bed anymore that comes with it. I've also changed things like the Bowden tubing that the filament goes through. I've changed all the couplings because the ones that come with it are a bit naff. I've changed the nozzles, so I've got a steel nozzle on it now, so it prints a lot better. There's so many things that you can upgrade and change on these things that by the time you're done, it's barely the same machine that you bought from Amazon. So, but I think that's part of the fun, so it makes it a bit more interesting. The filament that I've been using for this particular reclaimer and some of the other models that you've seen is just by a random company called Nulay. Again, maybe we're pronouncing that wrong. Again, from Amazon, and it's their antique silk gold. If you look on Amazon, there's so many filaments you can buy and various reviews about them all, and it's just a case of finding one that you like and giving it a go, you know, just with a lot of other things. And the print settings were, most of the reclaimer has been printed at 0.13mm thickness, so very high detail, which is why a lot of the parts took a very long time to print, because I wanted to keep the detail from the 3D model. And things like the base and the arm that holds the reclaimer into the base and the bit that holds the actual reclaimer onto the base, they were all done at like 0.6 or actually 0.3, a couple of bits, because I didn't need the detail. There wasn't a lot of detail in them. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. So thank you very much.